John, good to have you. Let's just start off on sort of these big questions about supply chain and inflation. In your own earnings call back on November 2nd, obviously, you called out those challenges. Do they remain, and will they remain in 2022?
They will remain. They do remain now, and I think we'll see them through next year. And we're fortunate. We're 2 years into a transformation of this 50-year-old company, TravelCenters. And so despite these challenges, you saw what we did in the third quarter. EBITDA, we beat by about 20% to consensus. Second quarter was as strong, if not stronger. So, yeah, we're going to see these things persist, I think. But I think we're doing a pretty good job, and we have a lot of momentum working through it.
Yeah. Tell me what your thoughts are about gasoline, just overall gasoline prices. I mean, it does appear things may be moderating a bit, or perhaps even in the futures market, it looks like things should start to come down a bit. Is that your expectation?
Hopefully, I think so. I mean, I think so. Again, on the margin side for us, we've sort of held our own. But on the actual retail pricing to the consumer on the gasoline side, I think it is moderating, and hopefully that persists.
We talk an awful lot about EV here, and I know that's got to be a part of your future business plan. Maybe it's a part of your current business plan as well. What's that going to look like in terms of the ability to roll out enough, enough charging stations to actually satisfy what does appear to be increased demand for these vehicles and for trucks as well?
Well, first of all, as you know, we are along highways, so our origin is supporting freight on highways, so mostly big vehicles. And, range anxiety is the question of the day for EV. And you will see in mid-decade places like California, the acceleration of the proliferation of EV passenger duty, meaning cars, consumers' cars. You'll see that. And what we are planning and preparing to build out infrastructure to support that in those key areas through a new business we're calling ETA, little ETA. And on the truck side, there's a little more time and a lot of big infrastructure kinds of problems and challenges that will persist for a while. So I don't think you'll see major shifts there, for at least until the 2030s. But mid this decade, you're going to see it happen on the car side for sure with respect to EV. And so we're building out a plan right now, and frankly, pretty excited about it.
That's interesting. There was news in the last week or so about some patents being filed that would eventually allow you to charge an EV in about the same amount of time it takes to fill a gas tank. I wonder if you think that's in the realm of the possible.
Boy, I follow that. Obviously, we follow this very, very carefully. There is so much news, and it's great. It's exciting. There's so much out there. It's a little tricky to figure out the signal within the noise because there is so much. That certainly could play out. It's really hard to tell right now. The bigger question is, can our nationwide infrastructure, the grid, even supplemented by renewables, support the demand, the massive increase in demand we expect to support cars and then eventually trucks. And I think it's going to take a little bit of time for a lot of questions to be answered, including that one, rapid charging at 10 minutes or so.
There's been a lot of reporting on the White House and the way that they are eyeing the difference between oil and retail gasoline, asking the FTC to maybe take a look. Yesterday, Crescent said that there might be something to it. They say gas prices, according to their work, 34 cents higher than what would be explained ordinarily by crude oil. They say getting a 10% discount might be worth the president's effort. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, I know there's been question out there about either gouging. I haven't seen anything of that, and I think what we're doing a decent job of the increase in costs we're seeing, we're passing along to some extent. And while we're also getting better and more efficient through our transformation at driving down our own costs so we can pass those relative savings to our consumers. But that's a question that's worth asking and maybe out there.